Hi folks, this video is very hard for me to make. I've discovered something in every single English translation that has twisted the words of Jesus beyond all recognition and have got Jesus painting out the Father to be a diabolical, nasty deity. Who am I to be able to comment on the Greek text? When I was at uni, I studied Koine Greek for 2 years, and then in my final year, I became a Greek tutor. When I went on to my master's degree and up to doctorate, I continued on in Greek. So I don't know everything about Greek, but I do know something. And the Greek text of the Gospel of John is very, very basic and very, very clear. And I get upset at the way the English translations have totally turned this passage upside down and put these words onto the lips of Jesus. What's the passage? John 15, 1 and 2 in the New King James Version. Listen on. I am the true vine, and my Father is the vine dresser. Every branch in me that does not bear fruit, he takes away. Very harsh words coming from the mouth of Jesus. I am the vine. Every branch in me, if you're not producing fruit, Father will grab you, pluck you out, take you away. And the churches will preach, if you don't bear fruit as a Christian, if you don't become holy and godly, the Father himself will pull you out of Jesus and throw you away. I said, this doesn't sound right to me. So I checked the Greek text, and what I found made my blood boil. They mistranslated it so badly that they made it say the exact opposite to what Jesus was saying. Look at the Greek text, look at the English text on your screen there. And you'll see that there's a footnote on the word takes. Verse 2, every branch in me that does not bear fruit, he, the Father, takes away. See the letter A? Yeah? Look at the footnote now at the bottom, and it tells you what the Greek word actually means. A, John 15:2, or, instead of takes away, lifts up. Well, that's different. Let's read it again with those words. John 15:2. Every branch in me that does not bear fruit, he lifts up. Strong's Concordance, a Greek dictionary, tells us what these words actually mean. Okay? The Greek word is eiro. You can see it on your screen now. And it says original word eiro. And if you look at the top, it says to raise up, to take up, to lift. That's what the Greek word actually means at its root level. Eiro means to raise up, to take up, to lift. And then go down to definition. To raise up, to take up, to lift. Usage, I raise, I lift up, I take away, I remove. To take away and remove are not the primary meaning of this word. Let me explain to you how to lift up can also mean to remove. The same word is used in John 1:29. Behold the Lamb of God who takes away the sin of the world. Who eiro the sin of the world. Who takes away the sin of the world. Who removes the sin of the world. Who lifts up the sin of the world. He gets the sin of the world, he lifts it up from them, and he takes it away. That's how this word can go from lift up to take away. Lift up the sin of the world and take it away. So I get it. But the root meaning of the Greek word oiro is to raise up, to take up, to lift up. Well, let's read it again with the words lift up in there instead of take away. Verse 2. Every branch in me that does not bear fruit, he lifts up. That's completely different. So I'm down and out. I'm not bearing fruit. And Father, in situations like that, I'm a branch in Jesus. I'm struggling. And the Father will get his beautiful hands and he'll lift you up. This is not a threat. This is a promise of help. English translators have totally twisted the words of Jesus and made God the Father look like a demonic, diabolical deity. So how are we supposed to tell if it's take away or lift up? As I say, Santo, well, you chose the one that suited you. Well, lift up is the root meaning. Take away is a secondary meaning. So the Greek favours, at a root level, lift up, number one. Number two, context. He's talking about the vineyard. He's talking about grapes. And he's talking about branches in the vine that are struggling to produce fruit. I am the true vine and my Father is the vine dresser. He's the dresser. Snip, snip. My cousin, who shares my name, Santo, he had a vineyard at Orchard Hills near Penrith in Sydney. I went with him one day as he was working out in the vines. And when he had the stump in the ground, the branch was there, the vines had come out. When the vines grow, they don't grow up. They grow sideways along the ground. And what's the job of the vine dresser? I saw him do it. He had trestles. He would get the vines on the ground and he said, Santo, like this, they never make fruit. We have to lift them up gently and we put them on the trestle and up and up and up, and then they make it the grape and we make it the vino. That's what the Father does. The language is about grapes and vines. And he's saying every vine that's attached to him needs to be lifted up. And if it's not lifted up, it won't produce fruit. Every branch in me that does not bear fruit, he lifts it up. The vine dresser. The Father with his beautiful, gentle hands will lift you up if you're struggling. He doesn't nuke you. He doesn't pluck you out. No. He lifts you up off the ground and he attaches you to support. And you bear fruit. This is a promise of restoration and help, not a threat of damnation and destruction. Share this video. Subscribe to my page. Tick like and share this video. The people need to hear this good news. Love you all.